Find us today racing with the guys from the MRC in the GT3 World Series. This is round 5, 90 minutes endurance round Suzuka. I'll go through the rules during the race, so just get these guys underway. After 10 minutes of qualifying, Golden Brownie put it on pole. Aaron is in second. Bazza in third in the Jag. And in fourth place we have Fast MS. In fifth we have Benji. In sixth we have Vroom Vroom. Surfer lines up in seventh place. In eighth we have Digi. In ninth place we have Gary. Welly Bob in 10th place, and Roadrunner starting in 11. There's a few guys that have not been able to make this round, so we'll jump up to the front. I'll quickly make sure I am live before I go on any further. Come on, you're not showing me. Come on. Let's quickly close it down, start again. No, it's not showing me I'm live. Oh, no, it is. It's not loading up on the thing. Anyone in? I don't think anyone's watching at the moment. Sorry guys, just want to make sure I am live before I crack on. Don't want to be doing this race twice. I've done that once before. Doesn't seem to be loading for some reason. Aha, there we go. Don't know why it wasn't popping up. Let me just make sure. Aha, there we go. Right, we are good on there. So, right, so taking a minute or two to get going. We shall get these guys underway. So we've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Oh, Vroom Vroom looked like he got a jump start there at middle of the pack. But away they go. Golden Brownie heading the field down to turn 1. It's the 180 right-hander. Bazza going side by side of Aaron round the outside. Benji doing the same with Fast MS as well. But it looks like everyone. Roadrunner up a couple of places, Vroom Vroom down to the back after that jump start. But Golden Brownie through the S's for the first time, leading the pack away. Aaron's been able to keep ahead of Bazza for that second place. Benji in 4th, Fast MS in 5th. I think Surfer's the first to gain places with Vroom Vroom having that jump start. Goes a bit wide into Degner 1. Benji has a little bit of a look, but thinks better of it. It's a long race to go. Is this one. Digi in 7th, Welly in 8th. Roadrunner's up 2 places to 9th place. Gary in 10th, Vroom Vroom back down in 11th. Around the hairpin they go. It looks like there's a little bit of a breakaway for the front 3 at the moment. Golden Brownie with clean air. Been able to put a little bit of a gap over Aaron, but as you can see, Aaron is on the softs and Golden's on the mediums, so I say the rules are you have to run all 3 tyre compounds unless there's rain, which the weather person has said there is rain around halfway through this race. So we'll have a look out on the radar and probably you'll see the weather change. But through 130R they all go, all still keeping it in line. Surfer's just got past Benji it seems, and Benji's under attack from Digi. Through the Casio triangle for the first time So Benji's down a couple of places on the first lap. Willie Bob just sat there in 8th place. All nice and clean so far from the guys. I think they all know, especially in a 90-minute race, it's not one on lap 1 or even turn 1, but Vroom Vroom getting a little bit hot there, it seemed, going in, but keeps it on the black stuff. Round turn 1 we go. I'm going to go forward. Benji's just still up behind Digi. Digi's a little bit laggy there. Be alright on the straights, it's just going around the corners, it's a little bit jumpy. Surfer having a look at the rear end of Fast JMS. Coming up to Degner 1 and Degner 2. But just going to stick behind. We know that Supra is a fast old car. Is he going to look up the inside? Going to then be the outside for the hairpin. Round the outside, Surfer goes. A cracking move there for Surfer. Out to 4th place. So a great start so far for the Supra driven car. But the front three have pulled out about a second, maybe 2 seconds over the rest of the field that are all nose to tail, it seems. But Bazza there just hanging on to the back of Aaron. We'll be in the slipstream now down the back straight out of Spoon towards 130R. Aaron goes, looks for a move up ahead on Golden Brownie. Now he's got them soft sides up to temperature. Golden Brownie looking like he's having to defend there into the Casio triangle for a second time, but does defend well. Does he? Is that a penalty that Golden have picked up? It is. So he just cut that corner a bit too much. So is he now going to have to try and break Aaron's toe for this lap? So you do serve the penalty on the back straight. We've got 3 guys battling here for 5th place. Fast MS Digi and Benji. Oh, bit of a bump there from Digi. I think that's just the lag coming from him in through the first corner. They all keep on track still, so but Digi did move up a place up to 5th and now for Digi. He started in 8th, so he's doing as well as Surfer is. So Benji in 7th there, Welly in 8th. Got Roadrunner behind him. So Roadrunner doing well on the mediums. Gary's not having a great time on the softs, it seems. He's dropped. He's not been able to gain any positions to get past the guys running on medium. Same as Vroom Vroom. It is all very, very safe at the moment, which is good to see. Hopefully come later on in the race the action will start to happen. But it was, who was that going wide? It was Fast JMS through the hairpin, went wide. It's got Benji now up behind him, coming into Spoon. Benji gets nice and close, but can't get past. Both in the same car, so it's going to be harder to try and outbrake. But Benji is on the softs, gets it nice and tight, gets in front of Fast JMS for 6th place. But Golden will have served his penalty. He's dropped down to 3rd now. Surfer did have a look up the inside into 130R, but thinks better of it. 3rd lap in. So Golden now down to 3rd, put Aaron up to 1st place. He's already used a fair bit of his softs, but to be fair, so has Golden. Looking at the tyre wear, there's not much difference between Bazza and Aaron on the softs to Golden on the mediums. So Golden's really burning through their medium tyres to keep up with these boys. Not keep up with pace anyway. Surfer's gone wide. What's happened with Surfer? Going out wide through turn 1. Is Digi going to slip up the inside? He is. He's going to have dirty tyres as Surfer coming through the S's, which is probably the worst part to have dirty tyres, because he's just going to be going so much slower than normal. Benji's looking this way and that to see if he can get past. He's on the outside now. It's on the right hander coming through. That's Benji past Surfer. Surfer's still trying to get that dirt off his tyres. And Fast JMS now up the inside to Degner 1. They're going side by side. Surfer's a little bit later on the brakes. Goes out wide. just cuts it in front of Fast MS into the second part of the Degners. But Fast MS gets a cracking drive coming out and pulls ahead of Surfer. And through the hairpin they go. Sounds like someone was... Gary, what's it? Oh, Gary and Roadrunner, what was happening between you two? Oh, a little bit of a tap from Gary there on Roadrunner. Sent them two out wide. Vroom Vroom's had a... Where's Vroom Vroom back down so far? He crossed the line the same time, so he's had an off in the first part of the lap. So he's just dropped back even further from Gary and Roadrunner this lap somehow. Aaron, now he's got into first. He's been able to check out a little bit from Bazza. He's gone... Where's he gone? He went blue, so he's not set the purple lap time, which is Digi, of a 2:09. Which Aaron's doing a 2:02, but he was stuck behind Golden, so see what lap time he does this time round. Now he's been released. The 2:01, oh, just off the fastest lap for Aaron there. Bazza 0.6 off, Golden 0.9 off from Aaron's lap time, so them two are dropping back. Digi is catching up to the back of these guys, but he is going through his tyres fairly quickly. It's the fronts that take all the way around this track, but it does go quite evenly where it is a figure of 8 track, so it's not like one side wears a lot more than the others. It is all fairly even. It's just more front and back tyre wear that you will get on this track. Obviously with the tyre wall as well, obviously if it does rain you don't have to use the 3 tyre compounds, you can just run the softs, but it may not rain. We shall have to find out later on if the rain is enough to get over that first bar on the weather indicator. Benji there in 5th place. He's pulled away from Fast MS. Obviously where Fast MS was getting caught up with a battle with Surfer, so Benji a little bit on his own at the moment, which is quite nice sometimes to have. Just kind of get into a rhythm quite early and hit your marks. You don't want to be hitting that grass though, that's for sure, Benji. It's going to be a bit of dirt on your tyres. Golden Brownie's been overtaken by Digi. Ooh, gets it a little bit wide. Digi goes up the inside, pushes him a little bit wide, but not too much between that. I don't think. I think Digi probably thought, oh, I'll go for the inside, and just lost a bit of control of the car coming in hot. Benji 5th, Surfer battling with Fast MS for the 6th place. They're going to go side by side into 130R. Fast MS side back out, being on the outside, which he does. So Surfer back up to 6th place, but he is using them softs quite a lot. For only just 10 minutes of the race, he's nearly halfway through his front right, about 40% through the front left. Welly there in 8th. I think Welly's been at 8th most of the race, to be fair, but nice wear on the tyres so far for Welly. So it looks like he's just going to sit in them tyres probably until the fuel runs out and have to come in. Gary has been pretty good on the fronts, but it's the rears he's been able to light up on that car. Obviously Gary and Roadrunner had that little incident on lap 4. And the same with Vroom Vroom, but obviously Vroom Vroom was in his own separate incident, which obviously I didn't catch. Aaron, pretty good lap time so far, you know, low 2-minute ones, and that's how he's been in 1st place. But that's slowly getting to him. His times won't be down at the low 2-minute ones, they'll be probably creeping up to the 2-minute 2s. Bazza just a little bit better tyre wear than Aaron at the moment. Digi there, hello Digi, how you doing fella? His tyre wear is pretty worn on the rears compared to the fronts. Golden there, tyre wear, eyes on the fronts on the Mercedes. Looks like Benji's catching up to Golden. Yeah, he's got about 1.5 seconds at the last lap round. So it is Benji honing it in on the back of that Merc. He's on the softs, so he should be able to slowly creep up to the back of Golden Brownie and have a little battle for 4th place. But Golden Brownie is the first of the medium runners so far, and then Fast MS in 7th is the second, with Willy Bob just behind as well on the medium. So if you opt in for the mediums to start with, obviously a full tank of fuel, so it'll be a heavy car to start with. You don't want to be burning up your softs trying to get grip, and the car's trying to get underneath you. Welly in 8th, Gary in 9th. Roadrunner's been overtaken by Vroom Vroom on that lap. I think Vroom Vroom must have had a little mistake at some point. Yeah, 4 cars starting on the mediums out of the 11. Surfer in 6th, having a little battle here with Fast JMS. These two are pretty similarly matched at the moment. Seems that the Supra's not the greatest round the corners. I think the downforce on that car isn't as high as it is on the Corvette behind. Ooh, Fast JMS running it on the grass through Degnan 1 and 2. So that's giving Surfer a nice little breather coming up to the hairpin. He will have dirty tyres with Fast JMS. Benji there, yeah, he definitely is catching up to the back of Golden Brownie. Tyre wear pretty similar between the two of them. Digi's been able to pull away from Golden Brownie. So Digi's done well. He started in 8th up to 3rd place currently. Bazza has been able to keep up with Aaron. Aaron had a slow lap. I might have had a penalty. I might have missed on lap 6. 2 minute 2.5. That'll be the tyre wear slowly kicking in. Bazza caught up 6 tenths just on lap 6 alone. So I don't think there's going to be many laps before these boys will be thinking about coming in. Aaron's already into the pit. I don't think he's thinking about doing another lap on them softs. He's had enough. So that's going to put everyone up a place, and Surfer's come in as well. So a couple of people going up 2 spots. But I think most will be going up 1. How far is Aaron into the pit? He's got his tyres changed. He's now filling it up with fuel. And who else is in? Vroom Vroom has come in as well. So that's the guys pitting to the back of the pack. So 9th place now for Aaron. Surfer's just come out as well, but Surfer's only put half a tank of fuel in on them softs. Aaron put about, I'd say about 80%, maybe 85. I did miss the number on the left. Vroom Vroom here going for a full tank. So is he going on the mediums? Yes, he is. So that's Vroom Vroom onto the mediums now. Probably for a fairly long time. I think the mediums will last about 20-25 minutes around this track. So about 10 to 12 laps I think the mediums will last. But Bazza out in front. He's got a nice little gap to Digi of about 3 seconds. And Digi's tyre wear is, looking at the front to the rear, is about the same. These two, obviously Bazza at the front, Digi at the rear. Golden Brownie has been caught by Benji now, so Benji will be in the slipstream coming up to 130R. Too far away at the moment to go for an overtake is Benji. Obviously now the pit stops have started, we really won't know until about 10 minutes before the end of the race who really is in their positions for the win. Benji there setting a 204.1, 203.8, so yeah, now that Benji's caught up to Golden Brownie, he's not been able to make much more progress. Fast MS with a half-second penalty there. So we'll probably drop into the clutches of Welly Bob when he has served it, but Welly Bob's got Gary fast approaching up behind, setting some decent lap times as Gary, but he's on the softs, but he's on the mediums. I think Welly's trying to just go for a very long run. He's only used half his fuel as well, and about half his tyres, so he's probably trying to go to about the 30-minute mark is Welly, before he has to think about coming into the pit. So at the moment this is the closest battle on track, as well as Golden Brownie and Benji. Benji really has caught up through the S's to the back of Golden Brownie. Really have a look at the move up the inside of the hairpin. It's a shame the camera angle's not a little bit to the left there to see him coming in. But no, Benji sticks behind Golden Brownie. Welly Bob there, still got Gary behind as well. But it looks like they are catching up to the back of Fast JMS. Roadrunner there running in 8th place currently. Surfer has got past Aaron. So Aaron had a mistake on his outlap. Obviously not getting the hards up to temperature quick enough and probably pushing too hard. Little twitch there from Aaron coming through the right hander up towards Spoon. But yeah, Surfer, what was he? About 10 seconds quicker on the last lap. So obviously that's with probably the fuel as well. He's really been able to capitalise on that mistake from Aaron. Vroom vroom. Obviously he's onto the mediums, full tank, so that's why he's off the back of the pack at the moment. But I say it'll all come back together at the end of the race. Golden Brownie still got Benji behind. Benji closes right up through turn 1 and into the S's that they go for the 10th time. I don't think Benji will be able to do much through here, so quickly jump back. Gary's got past Welly, so where did that happen? Down towards 130 up. Gary just gets the slipstream and nicely past Welly and into the Casio triangle. So we're back to where we were. Don't want to take longer than needed if possible with a 90-minute race. Yeah, Golden Brownie holding off Benji at the moment, but they are dropping off the back of Digi and Bazza. Bazza's got hardly any tyre work left on the front right, a tiny bit more on the front left, and Digi is the same on the rears. So Golden's gone wide coming out of Degnum 2. Benji couldn't capitalise on that, coming up to the hairpin. Just right up on the apex, but Golden's going to just blast out a little bit quicker than Benji. Benji's got, they're all about the same. Obviously Golden's on the medium, so he's really gone through the mediums the same speed that everyone else has gone through on the softs. Benji getting a little bit sideways coming into Spoon. I think they'll probably do one more lap, maybe. They might come in this lap. We shall see. The run-ins still as they were, but yeah, Bazza's got the tiniest sliver of tyre left on that front right. Really is nothing left. There we go, it has finally gone. He's going around for another lap. Digi comes into the pit. Golden Brownie and Benji go round again. So they're probably doing, Bazza will have to come in at the end of this lap because his tyre went red on the lap technically previous. But Digi's going to drop back quite a few places now. See where he comes out with Aaron and Surfer. But Gary's caught up to the back of Fast MS now for that 4th place. Ready up to 6th now. Digi's coming out of the pit. He's put about 70% of fuel in, and he's come out ahead of Aaron. Where's Surf? Ah, there's Surf. So he's coming out in between Surf and Aaron, sorry. So Seth's on the softs. Obviously Digi's now on the softs and Aaron's on the hard. So Aaron's, yeah, he's really struggling. He's only doing 206s and 204s, so clearly taking a while to get them hards up to temperature and working properly. Vroom Vroom in 10th place. Where's Roadrunner? Roadrunner is on his outlap, so Roadrunner pitted as well. He's gone to the hards on a full tank. If it was me, I'd probably try and do a half tank, make the car as light as possible, and give you the best chance for some decent lap times on a hard tyre. But Bazza now, red tyres, Golden Brownie and Benji all in the same boat. Fast GMS hasn't got much fuel. Gary's got loads to burn, so Gary's been really saving his fuel compared to Fast GMS. But let's have a look to see if Bazza, he should come in at the end of this lap to go by the rules. A bit of a bump there from Benji coming into the Casio triangle, so Bazza's in. How about Golden Brownie and Benji? Really shocking camera angles there, Mr. Cameraman. Fast JMS, he goes round again, so Fast JMS will take first place when he goes past everyone. There we go. Gary will now be up into second, but probably going a little bit longer than Fast JMS. Welly Bob up to third now, so look at them lap times from Welly. 204s across the board, whacked in a 203 at some point and a 202 at the beginning on lap 3, but consistency is key. Surfer's just gone purple, so he's absolutely using them soft tyres to the advantage. He hasn't got much fuel left, so I don't really know if he put enough fuel in for the tyre wear. Digi in 5th place, Aaron up to 6th, so Aaron, well, technically he's down to 3rd, or up to 3rd, but he was first when he came into the pit, but obviously he has struggled since he's come out on the hards. Bazza there, he's come out on the mediums. Golden Brownie, he's gone for another set of mediums. Benji's gone for the mediums as well, but how come, that's why, Golden's only put about 80% of fuel in. So that's why he's been able to get away from Benji and catch up to the back of Bazza. So they're running in 4th and 5th once the front guys pitted, which will be either this lap or next, I would guess. But I don't know about Gary. Gary's got about 3 or 4 laps of worth of fuel left to go. Vroom Vroom in 10th, Roadrunner running around in 11th. Obviously on them hards, really going to be struggling on a full tank. But Fast MS riding out wide through 130R. That's going to let Gary slip into first place just before Fast MS comes into the pit, because he's not going to have enough fuel, I don't think, to do another lap. Yeah, so Fast Jim comes into the pit. Welly Bob, he's got loads of fuel left, absolutely loads. But the best thing with that car is you rev it to about halfway and then you change gear. That's the where the turbo kicks in for that car. So Welly up to second, Gary in first. I think he's going to have probably 2 more laps, I would say. Maybe lap 15 he'd be thinking about coming in. Welly, God knows how far Welly's going to try and go. He's still got loads of fuel left, but obviously the tyre wear will be the hindrance for him there. But Surfer 5 seconds quicker at that lap than Welly. 5 seconds. It shows Welly's really trying to fuel save to try and cut out an extra pit stop, but Surfer's already made that gap up, who has already pitted, but it's probably only got about another 2.5 laps of fuel left. Surfer. Digi coming through Doma 2 as well, he's doing alright for fuel and tyres. Aaron, as I say, is really struggling on them hards. How many laps has he done? He's on about 5 or 6 laps. What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 6th lap on them hards. So yeah, really struggling. Bazza and Golden Brownie look like they are catching. It's hard to tell because obviously the last lap was their out lap, but Golden looks like he has caught up to the back of Bazza a little bit. Probably only a couple of attempts. And Benji there. So it's hard to tell as well. Last lap was his out lap. So when they finish this one, it'll be easy to tell if they are catching up to the guys ahead. But vroom vroom, fast JMS now, he's pitted. Comes out in 10th place. So he was running around with Surfer before the pit stops, and Surfer is going through the Casio triangle and fast JMS is just going through Spoon. So there's a massive difference between the two of them at the moment. But Gary, he's coming to the pit. Surfer's got past Welly. How did he do that? Because it's now into first place. Oh, just darts around the outside of Welly before 130R. Brave move there from Surfer. Let's have a look at that again. Coming up to 130R. Oh, I think Welly probably let him by there, knowing that Surfer was going so much quicker. But brave stuff from them two. Could have been a hell of a lot worse if Surfer didn't react quick enough. But yeah, now Gary has come into the pit. That's going to put Surfer into first place. Welly up to second, or back to second I should say, because he was second before 130R, and then back to second now after Gary's pitted. Digi up to third. So Digi, what's his lap times? Yeah, he's catching about 4 seconds a lap on Welly at the moment. Aaron's losing about 2 seconds to the guys in front. What's Baz's lap time? A 2-minute 1. So they caught about 2 seconds. No, it must have been just perspective that Golden was catching to the back of Baz, who took about half a second that lap. Benji not as quick, just took 2 tenths off. It was taking a little bit longer to get into the groove, seeing he was on the softs to start with, same as Bazza. Golden already run the mediums. Vroom boom there, up to 8th now that Gary has pitted, and Gary's gone for the softs. So see what Gary can do on them. Obviously don't know if he needed a full tank of fuel, seeing he was pretty low down on fuel and tyres, so pretty much perfect wear. So he's now got his Corvette brother with him in 10th place for fast JMS, and Roadrunner just behind them in 11th. It looks like Digi has caught up to the back of Welly, coming down the back straight up towards 130R. Will Welly let Digi past, or will he fight this one off? No, he will fight it off going into 130R. Digi's got a hell of a run coming through there, sails straight on past Welly into Casio Triangle for the 14th time. Surf is back in. So he's only halfway on his tyres, so he could have put double the amount of fuel he did in and to go a lot longer. But that's put Digi up to first place now. So Digi has gone soft, so he will have to be thinking about potentially using the mediums and the hards at some stage soon. But obviously with the weather fast approaching, just hearing from the weather person that it is about 15 or so minutes away, so he might be able to just try and push it till then. So he's probably trying for to push it until the weather comes and make the choices from then is Digi. Welly's going to have to probably be coming in probably the end of the next lap, 16, because his tyre wear will have just been too bad. But he has been able to go over half an hour on a set of tyres and fuel. Aaron, he's been caught by Golden and Bazza. So them hards, he's been on, I think he's been on them far too long. He's just lost too much time to the guys ahead, and obviously the guys behind who've just caught him straight back up. 1.4 off this lap is Aaron. Yeah, you can just see that gap's rapidly closing between Aaron and Bazza, and obviously Golden's just on his on Bazza's tailpipe, just getting dragged along nicely. See, them two not going to be fighting Still got an hour of the race to go. But Bazza looks like he's going to possibly line up Aaron into 130R, or maybe into the Casio triangle. We shall see. Here we go. He's got the driver's Bazza, but I don't think he's close enough coming in. So will he get it going through? No, he won't. He will have to stick behind Aaron for the time being, will Bazza. It's a three-way fight for the last step on the podium at the moment. Obviously this could all change with an hour of the race to go. And just looking on the mini-map, don't think anyone else is battling for a position at the moment. I'll quickly run through. Oh no, we've got a three-way fight there between Gary, Vroom Vroom and Fast MS. So Gary's got past Vroom Vroom now. He's put a Peugeot in between the two Corvettes. So Vroom Vroom in a nice little Corvette sandwich, running around in 9th place for Vroom Vroom. Fast MS there. What's he on? He's on the mediums. So yeah, Gary should be the first of these three, being on the softs. Now he's in the front of them. He probably will pull away through the S's with no dirty air and grippy tyres. Vroom Vroom 9th, so 6th. Roadrunner in 11th. Not too far behind these guys as well. We'll go back to this battle for 3rd place. So we'll have a quick drinks break whilst we stay with these three. Bazza there looking awfully aggressive, trying to look this way and that to see which way he can get past Aaron. Looks a little bit closer than he was the last time. Aaron goes wide coming out of Spoon. So Bazza gets the drive and does get past Aaron up to 3rd place, does Bazza. Will Aaron have a little look back? I think Bazza's just parked it in the middle of the track. So if you want to go past, you're going to have to go past. Golden's gone out well wide. Aaron let off completely there and let Golden pass. I don't really know why. Well, there he's come into the pit after lap 16, but Aaron down to 5th place now. Really try and hold on to the back of Golden Brownie and Bazza, who have now got past, but Bazza's obviously pulled a little bit of a gap now over Golden Brownie with getting past Aaron. Benji there getting caught fairly quickly. Benji must have had an incident on the last lap, 2 minutes 6, but Surf had done a 2 minute dead, fairly close to his fastest lap. Oh, Surf has pitted, isn't he? So that would have been his first lap on nice fresh softs. Yeah, really catching up to the back of Benji now is Surf. I don't think it'll be long, probably get him coming out of here up towards Degner 1. If not, he'll get him into the hairpin if he doesn't get the drive. It looks like he will have to wait for the hairpin. Will Surf. And Benji on the medium, so going to really struggle to probably defend from a fast charging Surfer. Will Surf go for a move up towards the hairpin. Benji covers it off, puts it in the middle of the track. Lives to fight another day for Benji. Coming up out of the hairpin, round the long right hander towards Spoon they go. Surf is looking at the outside. Oh, we won't get it done there. So Benji really doing well here to defend off a fast charging Surf. But will the Corvette have anything to do with the speed of the Supra down the back straight? Pulled over to the left. He's made his one defensive move of being to the left. Oh, Surfer just touched the grass. He's run out wide. He saved it. He didn't go too far off, but that's going to impede his progress up through the field to try and catch up to the back of Aaron. Gary going slow there? Why is Gary going slow? There's a bit of a distance ahead of Fast JMS. Oh, he just gets his brake in too late. And Fast JMS says thank you very much and gets past Gary into 7th place now for Fast JMS, but they have pulled away a little bit from Vroom Vroom, have these two. Vroom Vroom got about 25% of fuel left to go before he's going to have to be thinking about coming into the pit. Welly has come out in 10th place now after he has served his pit stop. But on the softs, put about 65% of fuel in, maybe probably at 75 time. He's done a couple or a lap or so. Roadrunner looked like he ran a bit wide there through turn 1, but he has on the hards. How long has he had the hards on for? About 7 laps for Roadrunner. So he's done his 3 required. He's probably just trying to push now until this potential rain cloud comes over. See how bad it is on the track. But Digi running out in first at the moment by about 15 seconds from Buzzer in second and Golden not far behind in third. But fairly good race here for Digi. Obviously only got promoted up, what was it, the last round 4. Had a fairly strong showing at Monza, and once again having a fairly good showing here at Suzuka. So he was definitely put in the wrong league, I would say, from the offset, if he's running around at the front of the pack after nearly 40 minutes of racing by 15 seconds. Obviously strategy is all to play for in this. Bazza still got Golden Brownie behind him, but they're down to nearly the same amount of fuel. So Bazza put a full tank in and Golden put 3/4 in. Aaron's had enough of them hards. Probably a bit late, I would say, for Aaron, but he's just coming in before this rainstorm is coming in. So he could have put a bit more fuel in. Might have been able to go a couple of more laps. But Benji up to 4th place now. Obviously he's been able to put away a bit from Surfer. Surfer's gone wide again through turn 1. I think Surfer's pushing a bit too hard to try and catch up to the back of Benji. And making a few little unforced errors, which has slowed him down. A 202 and a 203. Benji's just been able to put in his fastest lap of a 201.9 on lap 17. But Fast JMS has got Gary right behind him still. So Gary not been able to get past him on his soft tyres. Vroom Vroom in 8th. He's got Welly fast approaching. Set his fastest lap of a 2 minute 1.3. So what was that, a second off the fastest lap so far. And obviously if you're fighting, you're not going to be able to go as fast as you can do in clean air. But Welly, look at that, so he's going up the inside. Oh, Vroom Vroom coming out of the hairpin. Takes the opportunity of Vroom Vroom running out wide and into 8th place. I think that's Welly's favourite number, that one, or favourite position, that's for sure. He's like an 8th place round Suzuka at the moment. He doesn't want anyone else to have it. Aaron now he's on his outlap. He's gone to the softs again, so he's gone for soft, hard, soft, has Aaron. Probably because of this rainstorm coming in, probably thinking he wants to try and catch up to the field as quickly as he can. Roadrunner, he's also done the same thing. He's gone to another set of softs. He's had enough of his hards as well. But you can definitely tell from, let's go on board, you can tell from them clouds it's not sunny anymore. These clouds are definitely rolling in. And yes, not looking pretty. We shall see how much rain falls. What lap times are these guys doing? 2 minute 10 there from Digi, so he really lost some time on lap 18. I've missed that. So it's now only about 8 or 9 seconds between Digi and Bazza. probably be able to see him on the long straights, I would think now. They are slowly catching up to the back of Digi. Yeah, there you go, you can see the first, second and third all within one camera angle. I think fourth, Benji's just coming up to the hairpin now, with Surf not far behind. Fast JMS coming in there with Gary still behind him. Fast JMS went a little bit hot there. Welly Bob pulled away from Vroom Vroom in that 8th place for Welly. Aaron there, see now he's on his first flying lap. See what lap times he can set. Same as Roadrunner, all on, they're both on their first flying laps. There you go, 0.75 quicker this lap round for Roadrunner. So he has got like half fuel compared to probably what he had at the beginning, a full tank when he set his fastest lap. So Roadrunner really using them softs to his advantage to try and catch up to the back of Aaron. Digi 204 point dead, Baz at a 203.8, Golden a 204.6. So yeah, Baz is definitely making progress here, up slowly, very slowly to the back of Digi. Tyre wear will be a factor now, and same as fuel for Digi. Golden and Bazza still good on fuel. Benji good on fuel as well. Surf's about the same as well as Benji. So Surf's now caught up to the back of Benji, but will he be able to make a pass into 4th place? Fast JMS still got Gary behind. So Gary's not been able to use them softs to the advantage and get past. Same as Surf, really struggling in that dirty air, I think. Willie Bob, is he catching up to the back of these? He is. Willie's going about 7-8 tenths quicker than the guys up ahead of him. So he is catching. Aaron's got past Vroom Vroom came into the pit. He's gone to the hards. So he obviously thinks that the rain's not going to come. It's just going to be a lot of cloud cover and a lot of mist. You can really see it come in there. The mist on the track. You can probably see it here as well. Yeah, you can see it coming into 130R for Digi, who is going to be coming in the pit this lap round. He's got no more fuel to do another lap. So where will that put Digi now once he has pitted? But obviously, is it a lap too early because there's no rain yet? Will there be any rain coming down after he has pitted? But that's going to put Bazza up to 1st place. I think that's the first time for Bazza into the lead of the race. And Golden, what's Golden doing? Golden is dropping off the back of Bazza at the moment. There is about, what is it, 2.5 seconds between the two of them. But they are, what are they, about 8 or 9 seconds ahead of Surf. Surf's got past Benji and then run it wide on turn 1. I've missed the overtake from Surf on Benji, but it's all been undone again from Surf. It's so unlucky that he's had a bad luck on that set of softs. Really not got the grip to get round some of the corners. Or was he just pushing too hard to try and make up the ground ahead of him? It's great rock drive out of the S's up the hill. Just right behind Benji, but not long enough straight to get past. Back into Degner 1 and Degner 2. Goes out wide. Oh, and Surfer spins it. Surfer spins it out of Degner 2 into the wall. He's now going to have to wait for... Oh, and he hits Welly. Must be the fog. Couldn't see the car through the fog. Digi now fast approaching up to the back of Surfer. Digi's gone for another set of softs. So is Digi banking on the rain coming and just using the softest tyre he can, or the quickest tyre he can, for the beginning part of the race, and hoping this rain's going to come and get this track soaked. If it does, it's risk and reward for Digi. If it doesn't, he's got to do another 2 more pit stops to put the mediums and the hards on. He's now got Surf just in front of him. I've got a carrot on a stick for Digi. Coming up to 130R. Just see Welly Bob just ahead of him, but obviously in this mist, it's quite hard to see that far ahead. Probably just more likely to see a car outline than anything else. I'll go back near the front. Benji, yeah, Golden caught up about 9/10 that lap on Buzzer, but Golden's got not enough fuel. I think he'll be coming in at the end of this lap. Bill Golden. Benji there, probably got another lap or so, lap or 2. Fast JMS in 4th place. He's been able to pull away from Gary. So Gary's used all of their good grip from the softs. And he's now on, kind of getting to the wire on them softs. Welly Bob hitting some decent lap times as Welly, 203s, where Gary's doing low 204s. So will Welly try a move up towards Gary in, I'd say, a lap or so's time. There you can see Digi and Surf just in the background through the mist. Digi doesn't look it. He looks, but he doesn't dive up. So he's sitting behind Surfer, maybe trying to save some fuel. So when he potentially has to come in, if this rain does come, obviously it's come, although you can see all misty. But we've got no rain so far on any of the radar. So will Golden Brownie be coming in? Looks like he's really got up to the back of Bazza now. I'm sure he will. It looks like he's got absolutely no fuel left. Yes, he does. He dives into the pit. Does Golden Brownie. So what tyres is Golden Brownie going on? Is it lap too early? Benji, his fuel light is on, so will he be coming in this lap as well? Let's have a look. No, he looks like he's going round again. Fast JMS, Gary, Welly Bob, Surf and Digi all coming down the start finish straight now. Golden's still in the box. Fuel's just started to go in. So where is Golden going to come out? So obviously Aaron they did get past Aaron when they pitted, but Aaron's been on the softs doing some pretty good lap times. Golden Brownie comes out, he's on the softs now, so he's done 2 mediums and now he's on the softs. Obviously the rain hasn't come like they said, so is this just going to be a short run for Golden? But it will mean he's lost a load of time. Look on that track map, you can see Bazza right there going into the hairpin, and you've got Golden just coming out of the S's, so there's a big gap between the two of them now. And obviously if the rain starts coming down, Golden's got to try and find all that time back up to Bazza, which I don't think is going to happen. Roadrunner running around in 10th place. He's got not much fuel. I didn't know like he came in that long ago. I think it was lap what was it, lap 18, looking at the lap times. So did he forget to fuel? He changed tyres, but did he forget to fuel maybe? Did Roadrunner, because he probably could have gone another 4 laps with the tyre wear that he's got. It's a bit unlucky there for Roadrunner. Vroom Vroom, he's come into the pit, he's put the hards on, and he's not loving them tyres going by the lap times 207s, so he's really struggling to get them warmed up. Bazza, he's going round again. He'll have to come in this lap time. He's running on fumes, it looks like, for this lap. So will the pack. Oh, what happened there between Benji? Oh, I think Benji wanted to come in. Yeah, Benji, it looked like Benji wanted to come into the pit, and oh, we made a little bit of a dive up the inside of Surf, and then thank you Mr. Cameraman, I really wanted that camera angle. Yeah, like he just missed his braking point coming into the Casio triangle and getting back on track, sliding across. He's trying to turn right and now it's too late, he can't come in and he's not got any fuel left, so Benji has run out of fuel literally coming across the line. That is very unfortunate. Obviously a little incident coming through the triangle. It sounds like it's raining on my headset and you can see the rain on the front left, so will that be Benji's? Could have Benji absolutely pulled off a miracle there of coming into the pit when the rain was coming down. That's so unfortunate for Benji. Surf has come out of the pit now, he's had to put mediums on. Obviously didn't think the rain was going to be enough to come. Roadrunner in the pit as well. Let's see what Roadrunner does with his tyres. He's just putting in some fuel. So I have to tell until they come out of the pit what tyres they go on to. He's put just another set of racing softs on, so he thinks the rain's not going to be enough. Buzzer coming round Spoon for the 25th time. So it's not going to be far off, I would say about 40 odd laps, just over 40 laps for the race. Fast JMS there in second place now. Gary in third, Welly in fourth. What's happening? Oh yeah, Surface pitted, sorry, yep. Digi is in fifth place now. How far is he ahead of Aaron and Golden? Not too far ahead. Yeah, kept about the same distance I would say between Digi and Golden. There's a couple of difference in laps when they pitted. Bazza has come into the pit now, so that will cycle. I think most of these guys, Fast CMS, will be coming into the pit as well. So Gary up to the front again. I think he's already been there once this race, and Welly has been in second. I know Welly's been in second, so yeah. Digi in third place now. Aaron into fourth. Golden not too far behind Aaron. What's the lap times? Second, 1.4 seconds between Aaron and Golden lapped last time around. But Bazza, how come Bazza's so far behind Golden? 1:22. I'm just looking at lap times. Yeah. I think the lap time's just coming in. Yeah, that's quite a bit of a gap between the two of them now. So obviously Bazza's put half a tank of fuel in. Golden put just over half a tank of fuel. So, but Golden's right up the back end of Aaron into Degner 1 and 2. Aaron runs it off wide. What happened with Aaron there? Did he just get late on the brakes? Yeah, he was just too late on the brakes. Should be just before that 50 metre board. And it looked like he'd done it on the 50 metre board, and obviously now that this mist has come over, but the rain hasn't really come down. It came down on turn 1, but nowhere else on track. So Aaron's dropped down to 5th place now. Golden Brownie took that opportunity up to 4th, but Welly has been overtaken by Digi, I want to say, this lap. Yep. It's all dropping and changing at the moment between everyone. So Digi just gets up the inside of Welly. I'll go back to where we were. So Digi up to 2nd place now. He's got Gary not far ahead of him, but Gary's not got much tyres or fuel left. So I think Gary might have one more lap to go. I think we've still got another 35 minutes left of this race, and you really can't tell who's going to win this race. I think Benji has just made it to the pit. It's taken him 4 minutes to do that lap, because when you get no fuel you do a lap at 50 mile an hour. That's what the game allows you to do. So yeah, Gary's fuel light has come on now, so he'll be doing another lap before he comes, or this lap, and he'll come in at the end of it. Digi is alright. Welly, he's only done one pit stop so far, so is Welly just trying to do 2 pit stops, 3 stints, doing the mediums, then the softs, then the hards. He can do it on the fuel, we know he can, he's done it already. Golden Brownie there, setting his fastest lap of the race with 2:01.8, about 3.5 seconds quicker than Welly last lap round. So Golden has been unleashed from Aaron and is going for the back of Welly. Aaron there in 5th, Bazza in 6th, Fast TMS in 7th, Surfer in 8th. He's got he's got Benji behind him. Wondered who it was behind. But yeah, Benji not the greatest. Obviously, it was a good job he didn't come in for the intermediates because it just didn't rain enough for them. Vroom there in 10th, Roadrunner in 9th there. So yeah, obviously the battle at the moment is at the front. We've got Gary and Digi, but Gary will be coming in this lap, so we'll release Digi. No dirty air, and be able to get back into his groove, set some decent lap times. So he's got Welly obviously going for the long haul. Doesn't want to see his pit crew this race. He wants to pay them a minimum wage for the just the 2 pit stops, where a lot of people are doing either 3 or 4. But Welly back up to 2nd place, Golden into 3rd. So what was the lap times? 2-minute 1.1 for Golden, 2-minute 3.6 for Welly, so another 2.5 seconds caught up there. Welly's gone out wide through turn 1. Not what you want to be doing. Might be the cold track and the tyre wear kicking in now for Welly. I think he'll be coming in this lap for a fresh set of boots. So where has Gary come out? So Gary's come out in 8th place, just behind Surfer. He's come out on the hards with half a tank of fuel, so he'll probably be doing a short stint, will Gary, and potentially go back into the softs, as he's now done all 3 tyre compounds. I think the same for Surf. No, I think Surf's still got the hards. It's obviously a lot harder now to follow who's got what on their tyres and who, you know, I know what I done, but for everyone else it's hard to follow. I know Digi's done soft so far as well, so he's going to have to run the medium and the hards, because the weather person has said that the cloud has now decided to dissipate, and the sun will be coming back for the last half an hour of the race. So the rain did not come. The weather person, as per normal, was wrong. So yeah, Digi will have to be able to run the hards and the mediums still in the next half an hour of the race. Golden, I think, has just got the hards to run, but he's burnt through his softs a lot quicker than Digi has. But he is going only a little bit quicker. 201.5, 202.6, so he's caught a second that lap to Golden. Welly has come into the pit, Aaron come into the pit as well. Bazza in 5th, coming around the last corner to start lap 29, and we'll get up to 3rd place. You can see how much time difference he has lost to Golden Brownie. Then he came in a lap between them, but going to different tyre compound and fuel, he's literally the whole of the S's behind. Fast TMS there in 4th. It's pulled away a little bit from Surfer there, but he is on softs to the mediums, so that is kind of guaranteed. Gary there on the hards, he's probably going to try and do the minimum he needs to do. Roadrunner in 7th place. Oh, look at that. Welly, he's in 8th again. You just couldn't write it, could you? It sounded like someone was drifting. He was. It's Roadrunner. Saying he's doing well in 7th, and then he goes and bins it. Well, how did he do that? Just ran it too hot on the exit of the first left of the S's into the gravel for Roadrunner. Oh, and he's left the race from that incident. So we'll go back up to Welly. Now up to 7th place. He's got a fast approaching Aaron on the softs behind them. Both done their they're both on their outlap. So yeah, Aaron should. I say, oh, where am I going? Where am I going? There we go. Yeah, Aaron's got just a little bit less fuel as well, so yeah, shouldn't make it too hard when he pulls over to the side. So in the chat, realised that Aaron was on the softs and just there's no point fighting because you're both going to lose time. So Aaron up to 7th and Welly in his favourite number 8. Will he finish in 8th or will he try and get higher up? We shall see. Vroom Vroom in 9th, and we have lost Benji as well. So obviously Benji being a lap down, thought better not. Don't want to waste his time doing another half an hour when it's going to be tight or hard to try and catch up to the back of the pack. Bazza has come into the pit. There's Bazza gone. So he's done, what has he done? He's done 4 laps on the hards. As you can see, the sun shining into his pit box, warming his tyres up. That's cheating, that is, Bazza. Getting you guys to stand there in the sun with your tyres warming up. But what tyres does Bazza go to? Will he go to the softs? He's down to 6th place at the moment. Will he get passed by Welly? He does. And who is that then? Because oh no, it was okay here. Oh, Welly, what are you doing? You're not liking that first corner. He is on the hards. Bazza came out on the mediums, so Bazza went soft. I think he's gone soft, medium, hard, medium. Has a Bazza. I know Welly's done his. He's on medium, soft, hard. So Welly has done his allocated. Vroom Vroom has done his as well. Aaron, he has done his. Gary has done his because he went mediums. Yeah, medium, soft, hard. Surfe's definitely done his. I know that. Fast JMS. I believe Fast JMS has as well. Golden Brownie needs to run the hards. Digi obviously needs to run the mediums and the hards. So the front two having to run the slowest compound still to go. But Golden, 1 point. Yeah, he's definitely been catching up to the back of Digi. Only 0.3, 0.4 second a lap. But definitely closing up Digi. Fuel like fashion. Golden's isn't, but he's got not much fuel tyre wear left on the front right of his Mercedes. Fast MS there in 3rd place. And he's pulled a little bit of a gap now over Surfer. Obviously he's on the mediums. Gary on the hards, really struggling for pace, which 4 is not too bad to be fair on the hards. It's about where it should be. Aaron's got the hold of the start finish straight to catch up to the back of Gary. Will he do that? We've got 26.5 minutes to go for Aaron. But will he make it on? Will he have enough fuel? It'll be interesting to see if he's got enough fuel to make it to the end. Bazza has got past Welly for 7th place, so he's put Welly in his favourite spot of 8th place for this race. I've never known someone be in 8th place so many times. Vroom Vroom in 9th place. He's on the hards as well. He's probably got about another 3 laps of fuel in his Peugeot. until he has to come in and probably put on a set of softs and absolutely try and blast it up to the back of Willie and Bazza. Digi running it out wide out of Casio triangle and comes into the pit, so releases Golden into first place, which probably will be coming into the pit at the end of this lap anyway. Willie will have to put on the hards. You don't want to be doing any more than a stop with only 25 minutes left of the race. But Digi now coming into the pit. Fast MS coming through the last chicane. Will he get ahead of Digi? I think he will, because Digi's only just started putting fuel in. We'll see what tyres Digi comes out on in a moment. He's got overtaken by Surf as well. Coming down the start-finish straight. He's gone to the mediums. So will he try and do till the last? Well, you'd want to come in and save about 8 minutes to go. If you do, to put on the hard tyres to do the minimum 3 laps required. So probably about 25 minutes, 24, say. You're looking at 12 laps left, so you're looking at about, you want to come in about lap 40. Just doing some quick maths, never my strongest point, but yeah, lap 40, Digi would want to come in to put on the hards to make sure he does the minimum 3 lap requirement. Runs it out wide. Obviously he's not been on the mediums yet this race, so he's taken a bit longer to warm up than the softs that he has run for the last hour and 6 minutes. Surfer in third, Fast MS in second, Golden out in first. Will be coming in this lap round, I should expect. Right, just got a quick drinks break and then we'll get to the end of the race. Right, as you can see, Golden into the pit, so he should come out on the hards. So Fast AMS probably will get past, same as Surfer. It'll be interesting to see where they come out with Digi. Obviously Golden was right behind Digi when he came into the pit, so Fast MS into first, Surf into second, Digi coming down the start finish straight. Golden still putting in fuel. Putting in a lot of fuel to make it to the end of the race, 88%. Yep, onto the hards does Golden. So yeah, Golden's had to put a bit more fuel in, so he's lost that time to Digi, but we know that Digi's got to pit again. So Golden at the moment is in front of Digi. Surf has got a pit, and so has Fast MS. So Golden, I would say, is net P1. Gary, I don't think he's going to have enough fuel. Aaron, he is on for a possible, if he's got enough fuel to make it to the end, he's possible for P2. Bazza there, he's possible for P3. He's a bit of a distance behind Aaron. Aaron's on softs compared to Bazza's mediums, but I don't know if Aaron's good on fuel. It's got just over half a tank, where Golden's just come in and put in near enough, well, we put 88% in. So unless Aaron can really save fuel in that FT1, I think Aaron's going to have to pit. Bazza should be good. Welly will be good. We know Welly, he's gone to the has Welly done all 3 tyres? Yes, I think Welly has done all 3 tyres. I'm now questioning myself. I thought he only had the mediums to run, the hards to run, sorry. No, he did do a 3 lap stint, didn't he? He did done a short stint, so yeah. Vroom Vroom there in 9th. He's come in, he's done his out lap on the mediums. Full tank of fuel, that'll be Vroom Vroom to the end of the race. Fast MS into the pit with only 5% fuel, same as Surfer. So these two coming in at the same time with 21 minutes of the race to go. You can just hear Digi fly through in the background, and Golden Brownie in hot pursuit of Digi there in first place. So yeah, Digi, as we say, he has got another pit stop to do. He's got to run them hard tyres, so it'll be interesting to know where he comes out once he has pitted, because it's unknown at the moment. He is going to put a bit of fuel in as well. Gary there in third place, Aaron in fourth, Bazza in fifth, Fast JMS in sixth place, both on their out laps. Fast JMS put in more fuel than Surfer, but both on the hard tyres, so it's going to be will Surfer try and use the lower fuel to his advantage to try and catch up to the back of Fast JMS again. Welly on the softs in 8th place, Vroom Vroom in 9th place, coming through the last chicane and the last corner to start his 34th lap. Digi, so he's still well out in first place. It's all spread out at the moment, so when Digi does get to the start finish line, I will do a lap guide. So there's no one fighting on track, I do believe, looking at where we are. So all spaced out at the moment, but so we've still got 20 or 19 minutes left of the race to go, so anything could happen, and possibly will happen. Obviously we know Digi's got a pit as well, so right, let's jump on board with Digi. We'll go from hood cam out to last turn, across the line, down the start finish line we go, under the lighting blocks into turn 1. Gary's into the pit off his hards, so he's done a couple of laps there. So yeah, into turn 1, 180 degree turn, gets tighter, and then into the S as we go. This is all about car control, just flipping the throttle and keeping it nice and steady. And then this long right hander to come out of the S's, and then up the hill we go towards Degner 1. So you don't want to run wide there. You touch that grass, that's it. You just get pulled off into the gravel or into the grass. Into Degner 1 we go, just braking just before the 50, and then Degner 2 cut in nicely there under the bridge. Now this is the second part of the figure of 8. Up towards the hairpin, running it out, getting a bit late there, running it out wide, does Digi, down the hairpin we go, and then around us another long right hander. It's amazing that the left hand tyre doesn't get more worn than it does, but up towards Spoon we go. Look for the bit of tarmac exit road on the right as your brake marker through the first part of Spoon, and then the second apex of Spoon. This is the one you want to get right onto the back straight, and this is where you can kind of relax a little bit. You haven't got much of an actual straight. It's from about now up until 130R. You know, you've got to just sling it in, just lift off the throttle, sling it in, and hope the car grips, and just at the 100 metre board, slam the brakes on, cut the first part, just touch the second, and then boot it back out onto the last corner and across the line for a lap of Suzuka. Thank you Digi for the lap guide. What was that? That was a 2:03, so it was about 3 seconds off the fastest lap. Golden there 2:03.2, so just a little bit slower is Golden on them hards than Digi on the mediums. Aaron there absolutely flying, but I think he's going to have to pit his tyre wear. I don't think he's going to make them last another 16 minutes. Seeing he's only been on them for, how long has he been on them? For 6 laps, so 12 minutes, and he's over halfway, nearly 70% worn. So yeah, that one's going to have to pit. So I believe that will promote Bazza up to third place. Obviously, with Digi having to pit, I really don't know where he's going to come out. Is he going to come out in front of Bazza? Miles behind Bazza? I have no idea. He could come into this group between Fast MS and Surfer. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Really is hard to tell. To the back of Fast MS. Fast MS must have had an incident. 209. Because there was about 5 or 6 seconds between them. Oh, Fast MS. That's a lovely drift through Degner 1, but not the fastest way. But it's very is the stylish way, that's for sure. It keeps it on the black stuff. Surfer would have seen that in front and known that Fast MS is struggling on them hard tyres, and we'll be looking for a way past. Will Surfer up to Spoon we go. We're now into the last 15 minutes of the race. Will Surf try and get a good exit out of Spoon. Looks like he does, but it looks like he's running it out wide. Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit too far. Coming up to 130. Gary's now come out into 7th place. He's on the mediums. Welly on the fastest lap for Welly of a 2-minute 0.8, so only 0.5 off the fastest lap of the race. Oh, Welly, so really using them softs now with the warmer temperatures now the sun's come out and the rain clouds have gone, because we had really no rain at all. And I did hear on the grapevine that the other leagues or lobbies had lots of rain, so this race was a lucky race to have no rain really. We're running around in 9th place. Still going to score some decent points for 9th. It was always worth just sticking it out until the end. Even if you are, how far are you? About 30 seconds behind the guy in front. Still going to score. I don't know how many points you get for 9th place, but you get a fair few. He's now going to have to be considering when does he come into the pit. I think he's going to have to, say lap 40 I think would be the last call for Digi to come into the pit. So we do 41, 42 and 43 on the hard tyres, which is 3 required minimum for his tyres. Golden he has dropped off from the back of Digi, but probably not too worried, knowing that Digi probably will have to pit again. Aaron, yep, definitely going to have to pit again. And tyres aren't going to see him to the end of the race, so that's going to promote Bezza up to 3rd place, and possibly 2nd, depending on Digi. But it's looking like these guys are all coming together quite nicely. Fast MS, Surfer, there's about a second between them two. And you've got Gary and Welly, about a second or so between them two, and they're only about 2.5, what are they? About 4 seconds actually, sorry, between Surfer and Gary. So yeah, we've all about in total say like 6-7 seconds between Fast MS, Surfer, Gary and Welly, all going to be battling for 5th place. And obviously with Aaron having to pit as well, he could potentially be joining these guys to make this a 5-way battle with only probably 10 minutes left of the race to go when Aaron makes his pit. So that will be interesting. But there's no battle at the moment, I think. No, I think the closest I say is Surfer and Fast JMS. With about a second or so in front. Let's jump on with Surf, and you can see Fast JMS just behind. If you can just see Gary through the rear wing coming through up towards let's have a look back. You see Gary, there you are, that little white speck behind is Gary, so you can see that nice pink wing of Surfers. Yeah, as you can see Fast JMS ahead as well now, just really trying to make these hards work. till the end of the race. They're really not the nicest of the tyres. Yeah, I think Gary will be able to see Surfer quite easily. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can, and he can see Fast MS up ahead as well. And Welly in his futuristic Beetle. And the only dial in front of him is the speed, gears and the rev counter. But you can see all three guys in front of him. Aaron's come into the pit. So that should promote Bazza up to 3rd place. Let's see where Aaron's going to come out in relation with these guys. Yeah, Bazza up to 3rd now. Aaron's had his tyres changed. His little blue icon, he's filling up with fuel. Here comes Fast MS. Fast MS has got ahead of Aaron. So is Surfer. So is Gary. No, Aaron's coming out in between. No, he's coming out just behind Gary. Just ahead of Welly. And he's on the racing mediums. I'm sure Aaron ran the mediums, but obviously saved it to the end. Surely you'd want to run the hards at the end when for the minimum. Actually, I think he's probably got a bit too much fuel in, but we shall see. I think there's only about 4 or 5 laps to go. Digi will have to come in either this lap or the next. Now this has made it a 5-way battle with less than 9 minutes of the race to go. So I did call it. Aaron might come out with these guys. So there you go. Look at that. A battle for 4th place with only 9 minutes to go, all within one shot of each other. Absolutely incredible. You wouldn't have thought that at the beginning of the race, that you'd have a battle for 4th, all with 5 guys left of the race to go. Digi, he's come into the pit, so he has now got to come in and put on the hard tyres. Has Digi, so that's going to put Golden Brownie into 1st place. And there he goes. And he's obviously looking for a long run on the hard tyres. Came in lap 32, sorry, for Golden Brownie. And Digi's just putting in fuel. He's just coming out of the pit. Is that going to be enough fuel? He does come out in 2nd place, so he's only lost 1 position. He's only lost the lead, but he has got Bazza just behind him. They've both got about the same amount of fuel. Digi's on the hard tyres and Bazza's on the mediums. They are very worn mediums, but now Bazza's got a target acquired. Can have missile lock on, and will be homing in on the rear end of that. What was it? Peugeot. That was it. I was going to say Renault, but I knew it wasn't a Renault. I knew it was French though. Surfer in 4th place. What's happened with Fast MS? What has happened with Fast MS? So he was leading this group. Oh, he just touched the grass. That's all it took. And he's lost all of about 4 seconds and dropped from 4th to 8th. That's so unlucky for Fast MS. Really good race so far. Will he be able to try and catch up to the back of these guys for a battle to the end? But Aaron been able to use the nice fresh set of mediums to catch right up to the back of Gary. Gary defending hard and potentially trying to have a look at the inside of Surfer. They're going too wide, coming out of Degda 2 towards the hairpin. Gary slips in behind Surf. Gary on the mediums, Surf's doing well on the hards there. Welly on the softs, very worn softs. Hopefully they'll last to the end of the race for Welly. He doesn't have to pit again. But Welly's in an unnatural habitat of 7th place. Now that JMS made that incident on turn 1. But Surf there defending off Gary and Aaron for this 4th place. Down towards 130R we go. Pulls over to the left, well, pull to the right. Make it the fastest way through the corner. Gary stuck right with him, goes to the inside. Will Gary get the apex? He does, but Surf is still there. And Aaron's going to have a look as well on the exit. I really don't like that camera angle, it stays there far too long. But Aaron looking this way and that at the rear end of Gary, pulls to the right hand side. But Gary's got the slipstream of Surf and pulls out behind from Surf into turn 1. Oh, there's a bit of a touch between Gary and Surf. But Gary keeps it on track. Surf has run out wide. Fast MS has had enough of the hards and come in for probably, I can say, a set of softs. Obviously after that incident he didn't think he'd probably catch up to the back of him, but Surf has now dropped into the clutches of Welly after just that little bump with Gary in turn 1, so Gary's now got to defend from Aaron for the last 5 minutes. I would say a lot of 2.5 laps, so they'll probably make it to lap 43 for the race. It's probably free for everyone as well. But Aaron looking this way and that. Welly has got ahead of Surf, so how did Welly get ahead of Surf? It looked like he got him coming up out the hill. About the S's. Surf's just run it a little bit wide and Welly's been able to get the turn in on them soft tyres and just blasted past Surf there. Into 6th place goes Welly. So he's 2 places up from his natural habitat now, so really making progress is Welly at the end of the race, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to the back end of Aaron and Gary. So only 2 laps to go, probably about 4 seconds between them. Bazza looks like he is catching up to the back end of Digi. With only 2 laps to go, what will Bazza be able to do? It's hard to know what the lap times. Yeah, look at the lap time delta. 2 minute there, and Bazza is coming across there to 2 minutes, so it's caught about 2 seconds this lap, I would say. 1.2. Close. It's close. Rounding up. 1.2. 2 seconds. Yeah, that'll do. Golden running out in 1st place at the moment. Not one really close enough behind him. Digi's about 13-14 seconds behind. Obviously battling with Bazza for the 2nd and 3rd spots on the podium. They've got a fairly big gap between them 2 and Gary and Aaron. In 4th and 5th, Welly hasn't been able to drop Surf, so Welly is really going to be struggling on tyres. I think he's going to have enough tyres just to make it to the end. So I think we've got this lap and 1 more, so he will be fine. Fast JMS there. He's gone to the softs, he's got low fuel. He's fast JMS trying to go for the fastest lap and get that extra point, knowing that he probably wouldn't have been able to catch up to the guys in front and with enough room behind with Vroom in 9th place. So we'll have a keep an eye out for fast JMS, see what his lap times are. He's on blue, so that's his personal best through sector 1. But looking up ahead, Bazza is close to the back of Digi. He's not close enough at the moment. I think he's just at the touch of slipstream is Bazza from Digi. Aaron there looking, I'll say, this way and that on Gary, just can't seem to get past him. And Surf's gone in past Welly. So how did Surf do that? Looked like he's nice and close here. Is this just going to be a nice slipstream overtake into Spoon? You don't see him happen very often. Looks like it is. Surf just got it nicely done there. Just got alongside Welly, and Welly wasn't going to defend it, knowing that his tyres are shot, and we're giving him probably the near enough no grip at all for the soft tyres there. Fast JMS. There's no more. There's one more checkpoint a bit further on around the lap. Aaron has got past Gary. So did Aaron just get a nice drive coming out of speed? It's all happening in the last 5 minutes of the race. You wait an hour and a half and it all happens in the last 5 minutes. Yeah, gets a nice drive out of spoon, does Aaron. Gary gets a little bit twitchy. Just drives straight around the outside. I think Gary's too far behind and lets Aaron get through. Is Gary going to have enough fuel? Fuel lights flashing. Hopefully he's going to have enough fuel to get to the end of the race. I think they'll all be starting the last laps now. And it's still just ahead of Welly. Bazza, probably the closest. There's about the same gap between the two of them. Yeah, he's caught up that gap on that 41. The last lap, Bazza was actually a tenth slower than Digi, so just really not been able to use the mediums, but obviously they are very worn mediums to great extent to get past Digi, who is obviously on the softs, on the hard, sorry. But Aaron now been able to pull away from Gary in 4th place, Gary in 5th. Yeah, he's got a nice healthy gap between him and Surf. Surf's under some pressure for this last lap from Welly. Fast JMS a 2:09, so he's got one more lap to try and get that fastest lap. But it was his fastest lap of the race. He's down a little bit through the first part of the S's, so I say I'll keep an eye on that when he comes across the line. Obviously, Vroom Vroom's decided to do a bit of grass cutting in his French mobile. Got a bit of damage from it as well. Coming up to the line for will it be the final time? It looks like it probably will. It's going to be close. Will Golden get another lap? Looks like he's going to cross the line on the 1.5 hour mark. He gets another lap, so we'll cut back to him later on. But Digi keeps it ahead of Bazza on the last lap to claim 2nd place. So great result there for Digi. Bazza comes across the line to finish in 3rd place. So started 3rd, finished 3rd for Bazza. Aaron comes across to finish in 4th place. Pulls a bit of a gap over Gary, who comes along in 5th place. Why does it do that? Surfer does hold off Welly for 6th. Welly comes along in 7th place. We'll stay with Fast MFC if he does set that purple lap on his final lap. Don't think he will. No, it's a 2:09.81. So what was his lap before? 9:65. So 2 pretty similar lap times for Fast MS. Just not been able to claim that fastest lap. That will go to Surfer with a 2:03.304. Vroom Vroom coming into the final chicane to finish lap 43. This has been a great race from everyone. Really clear, or fairly clean. Obviously did have that off on the S's as well, did Vroom Vroom on the lap, but it does come to finish in 9th place. Obviously we did have Benji and Roadrunner that did leave, but Golden Brownie strategy paid off. Got not much fuel left, but enough to make it to the end of the race. Obviously if you've enjoyed this commentary, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button and all that good stuff, and get me to 50 subs. Coming through the last couple of corners is Golden Brownie to come across the line to win the 90-minute endurance race of Suzuka. Well done, Golden Brownie. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.